Good morning. My name is Barbara Sadler-Wells. My pronouns are she and her. Welcome to SSUC and welcome to this gathering. Here in this place with our sister community in Saskatoon or anywhere you happen to be joining us through our live stream. We are spiritual seekers united in community. That means we want to focus on what it means to be our best selves. Celebrating diversity, engaging life with spiritual depth, inspiring compassion and connection, making a meaningful difference. Welcome to a place we can do all this and more with each other. It's my privilege to share affirmations of our commitment to all the colors of diversity and inclusiveness that is a treasured part of our welcome each time we gather. Let's celebrate that in this community, we are all welcome to be who we are and who we're becoming. We affirm our inclusion and belonging as we work together, building a safer place for all people, all sizes, all ages, all colors, all cultures, all abilities, all genders, all sexualities, all learning styles and neurotypes, all religions or none, all people. Welcome to community.
My name is Christopher, and you can call me Chris, and my pronouns are he, him. We are gathering, working, celebrating on Treaty 6 territory, and wherever you are, we set aside a moment to honor the land where you are. None of us can possibly do that without deep respect for the history and languages and cultures and music and spiritualities of the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich us. Richard Wagamese, Ojibwe Canadian author and journalist, writes to us this wisdom: the land holds stories within it. The trick is to make yourself open to them. And when you do, they have a voice that rings loud and clear and cuts through everything else to show you that history is a living thing, just like the land itself. And we honor history today in our second iteration of our celebrations of the 100th anniversary of the United Church of Canada, and specifically on our Peace in the World that works for social justice. For 100 years, for more than 100 years, for as long as each of you have been a part of this community, working together and individually in the work of making our world a better, more fair, more equitable, more just place. And so in Richard Wagamese's words that history and the land are a living thing, we honor that as we honor our own history today and the way it informs living into our futures. We celebrate our time to light our community candles. This morning, we light our candles here with us in this room, for those of you at home, and doing so with our beautiful friends gathering together in our partner community in SSUC Saskatoon. Gathering in a home this morning. They took this picture about an hour ago, and they are really pleased to be joining us online and as one community this morning. And so we light this candle as others light theirs. Just a single flame, yet connected in chemistry and composition with every light. The same might be true of us, each of us unique, and yet connected to everyone, part of one circle, one community, one world. So this light, through our celebration and our gathering this morning, will remind us to shine in our own ways, just as we are, recognizing the importance in lighting our corner of the world, making it brighter, to let our light shine in order to help others' lights shine. Every time we light our candles, we celebrate each person's value and our place in the world and our love and our dreams that have potential to change and brighten the world. And that is what we celebrate and honor today. This song, the first of three that we'll sing together, well, four-ish that we'll sing together today, is a song that goes back to the 70s in United Church tradition. So some of you that have been around for a little while will know this song. We sing it every now and then with words that were updated and shared with us by Bob Hetherington about, I don't know, I'd say 15 or so years ago. So we share this kind of evolving history, and we'll sing this song together today. Time for all ages. One and all, come forward to the carpet if you'd like to share a story today. You'll have to weave and wind your way. It's like an obstacle course to get up here today. Come on up. Come on, there's lots of room right here, middle and front. There's always room in the middle and the front. Good morning. Hello. No one's saying anything. Is this just normal?
Yeah.
Oh, it's normal? Okay. All right. I brought I brought an umbrella because I want to read a story called The Big Umbrella. Do you know this one? I've shared it a long time ago, and it's just such a favorite I wanted to share it again. I'll pick up my umbrella again in a minute. This is The Big Umbrella by Amy June Bates and Juniper Bates. By the front door, there is an umbrella. Look, there it is. It is big. It is a big, friendly umbrella. It likes to help. It likes to spread its arms wide. I kind of like when you look inside an umbrella because you can kind of see its arms spreading wide.
I'm tapping one every time you turn, but I'm getting...
I know, and so something is... You can stay on that one. It's okay.
Okay.
Sometimes the slides don't match the pictures in the book, and I don't know. It loves to give shelter. It loves to gather people in. It doesn't matter if you are tall. Do your legs look like this? Sometimes? It doesn't matter if you are hairy. Or plaid. It doesn't matter how many legs you have.
That's your doggy.
I don't know, I think doggies like this often look sad or always look sad, but particularly in this picture, this doggie looks quite sad.
Looks pretty sad. The dog wants to be in the umbrella, but on this slide, on the next.
The doggie looks sad maybe because the doggie wants to be under the umbrella. Well, let's see what's happening in this next one. Some people worry that there won't be enough room under the big umbrella. I do see that the doggie is now under the umbrella.
Yeah, and it looks a little bit more happy in my opinion.
Yes, I think so. The doggie's head is facing up, a little less droopy and sad. You're right. Do you see who's following the doggie? I don't know if you can see that far away. There's little chicks. They're all following the doggie. They've got the wrong mummy there, I think. Oh, and there's someone on roller skates, and there's a ballerina. The ballerina's been in there a ways. There's a cowboy. There's always a cowboy. But the amazing thing is, there is... Oh, well, I left too long between the last page and this, so now you've forgotten what I said. I said, some people worry that there won't be enough room under the big umbrella, and then the next page says, but the amazing thing is there is enough room. Boy, look at that umbrella. Whew! How much fabric? I know. It takes a lot of fabric. But you know what? That's what this big umbrella does. It keeps growing because there's room for everyone. There is always room. Geez, I think the whole town.
How's it going to fit that back in his house?
Yeah, I don't know. It won't fit like this one. That's the end of the story. I just wanted to ask you, now, this is kind of a hard question for some of us, but do you think that this book is really, 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 really about an umbrella? David, I didn't ask you. What else could this be about?
I think it's about kindness.
Oh, it's about kindness?
Community?
Community. What else? Sharing. Inclusion. It's a big word.
What is that? How can that metal thing spread out?
Oh, You're right. It's really kind of a technical marvel, isn't it? So the question was, how does this metal thing spread out like this? Well, look, it folds.
But do you mean how does the umbrella keep getting bigger?
It keeps getting bigger and bigger? Well, I don't know. That umbrella is kind of a fun, magical umbrella. But I wonder if this story, if we think about it, is about other things and not just umbrellas. I think it's about community. I think it's about kindness. I think it's about all the things you said. I think it's about making room. It doesn't matter about the umbrella. It's about making room. It could be about this room or this building, that it's going to get big enough to make sure that we have room for everyone. It could be about your school. It could be about your classroom. It could be about your family or your house. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sign sort of is, it's a symbol of everyone is welcome.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. So what we've been talking about on the carpet while you've all been fooling around is that it reminds us of those words on that slide that we had up a little while ago where we say all people, all ages, all sizes, all colors, all cultures, all sexualities. And so we are talking about that this umbrella is kind of like that, where we make room for everyone. So that's really lovely. Thank you for being so smart and so beautiful and for expanding our umbrella or our roof or whatever we need to expand. It's beautiful and lovely. Thank you for that. That's the way we learn from the past, and that's the way we live into the future. We are going to make room, and we're going to keep ourselves together and healthy
And strengthen
well.
our metal supports.
That too. Ooh, I love it.
Expanding metal supports.
Yes. And then when we're done, we'll fold it up and put it in our pocket until we need it next time. So thank you all. Today, Kid Spirit is happening. You are welcome to go with Daisy and Ariane to Kid Spirit in the small hall. You can stay here. Youth Space is staying here at their youth table. And thanks for being here. Have a big red umbrella day. Sometimes there's more to say after we disperse, and we have to hear what more there is. Okay. I want to thank you for being here and being a part of this morning. Even though it looked way different when you walked in, I'm sure you were surprised. But thank you for creating the community and making more space at your tables and welcoming others in. This is beautiful. As a way to celebrate our part 2 of our anniversary, we are inviting you to please stay for pie. Whoever said you had to eat lunch first? Nobody. So stay for pie. And if there's still room for lunch, you can go home and do that later. But stay for pie, stay for connection and conversation. You're all welcome. Please do that. Marg will have a little more to say after our gathering about how we're going to do that and all of that. I would like to invite you to a brief gathering this Thursday evening at 7 to honor Transgender Day of Remembrance. We'll be together for about 30 minutes or so in this space. We'll light some candles. We'll have some time to mark the significance of of transgender folks that we are grieving, that we are remembering, and those whose names we will never know. And we will share that together as community this Thursday evening. And then please come back next Sunday for Engagement Day. We're going to have a chance to talk about all the different ways that we engage with this community, that we make it better by being together and doing this work together. There will be not only some conversation about that, but there will be a little engagement fair after the gathering where around the outside different groups and committees and opportunities you'll be able to browse and see what the needs of the community are and where you and your skills and gifts might fit with those needs, and a match will be made. It'll be beautiful. No, I didn't want that one. I wanted this one. There is a chance for those of us who have been here for what might seem like forever or just a very short time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you gather with us in person or online. If you feel like SSUC is a place that you're not just welcome, but that you belong, it can be important and meaningful to mark those moments, those connections in our lives. And this is just a more formal kind of way to mark that and to celebrate and honor that connection in our lives. At SSUC, becoming a member, quote unquote, isn't something that holds great meaning for us, but rather if you'd like to celebrate your belonging with this community and mark the importance of that, then there's a sign-up sheet in the foyer, or you can contact us or contact the office, and we'll have a short conversation in advance, and we'll honor and celebrate that on Sunday, November 30th. Okay, some other folks.
Good morning, Erin Robinson with Merry Moments Market. My pronouns are she and her. I'm making another appeal for bakers, and again, no props. I've got Bonnie here in the front row going, where's your bowl? Where's your whisk? We still need many more dozens of tarts and cookies, and perhaps you will be inspired after eating pie today. The sign-up sheet is in the foyer. As well, if I could find 5 or 6 people to come and help with putting away tables after the market on Saturday, November 29th at about 3:15, 3:30, that would be amazing. Muscles help. And again, please invite your families, friends, neighbors to the market. There will be tea, veggie, chili with a bun, and lots of really, really lovely pre-loved Christmas treasures in the lower level, and of course the vendors of the market. Thank you so much.
Morning, Trish Young. Trish Young, my pronoun, she, her, with an invitation again to Sacred Circle dancing next Sunday for all ages after our gathering at 11:45 in the lower hall. Janet and Sherry Ann have some new dances to share, so bring your dancing shoes and join us. We'll have a really good time. Thank you.
I'll take it. Thank you. Nope. Well, one of the gifts of a special anniversary day is it helps us all to kind of think about the past and think about those who have stories to share, those with so much experience. And we did a little invitation of some folks that have been involved in areas and issues of social justice for many, many years or for a few years. And we could have asked each and every one of you to be a part of this video, but we would have been here till tomorrow. So we couldn't do that. But I want to thank all of you who did contribute and who have wonderful insight, wisdom, and just experience to share about their involvement in social justice and outreach and all of those ways that we help people and help the world. The questions that we asked are at the beginning of this video, but basically it wasn't to give a history of what they were involved with, but why these folks have felt it so important to be a part of outreach and justice work over the years, and what it means to them. So here's just a taste of some folks that, as a way to honor this milestone in the life of our community, the work of justice and outreach.
Hello, my name is Tricia Little from Saskatoon, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm passionate about supporting and celebrating the 2S LGBTQIA community through our participation and organization of events like Pride and Pi Day, through demonstrations and marches, letter writing, and signing petitions. My sense of fairness, compassion, and empathy drive me in this work, with the hope that the world can be a safer and more joyous place for the queer community if our voices are blended with theirs. The affirming ministry component of the United Church of Canada and SSUC has indeed lifted my awareness and planted the seed of justice for all in my heart.
Hi, I'm Kate Hoyer from Saskatoon. The thing that most endears the United Church to me is its strong commitment to social justice over the years. I've been challenged through the church to care more deeply about our fragile earth, marginalized people, reconciliation with the original inhabitants of this land. Right now, I've found a wide network of people, some from SSUC, who are actively pushing towards a basic income for everyone who needs it. I can recall the 1970s when the United Church began calling for a guaranteed livable income, and now it's a movement. This working together on something vitally important, which will bring systemic change, real systemic change, well, that inspires me, makes me want to be part of it.
Hi, I'm Terry. Pronouns are she and her. Social justice work is important to me because I believe all humans and non-humans have the right as individuals and collective communities to live and develop in places of safety, dignity, and health. My motivation stems from exposure as a child through family, church, and camping. This caring and learning has matured over the years to include local, national, and international participation. Much of my active involvement has been with the Saskatoon Global Gathering Place, supporting new Canadians in many ways. My deep spiritual connection with the land, the earth, also motivates me. I see wars as largely based on land greed, which destroys many living beings. This ultimately affects the health of the earth and all of us. We can make a difference.
My name is Sheila Parsons. My pronouns are she and her. My social justice involvement began very young age. Explorers, girls 8 to 11, be doers of the word, not hearers only, NCGIT, serving others, and in all of that, learning about the social disparity, the injustice in the world, poverty, and violence that existed. So as in the adult years and got involved in working in the church, the Nestle's boycott because of poor marketing practices and infant deaths because of it, and also the apartheid in South Africa, changing or helping to change the political landscape, and also the peace movement and nuclear disarmament, and doing a considerable amount. I lived a year as a volunteer in Corrymeela to help with the conflict in Ireland. Right now, my involvement is mostly with Palestine and the Gaza war, which we've seen the horrors of. And yes, I sell oil and spice and soap. It seems like a drop in a little pond. But like the ripples from a drop, I believe in those ripples. And I think it does eventually make a difference in the world. And that's important to me. And being involved in social justice always just makes me feel whole. Thank you.
All my life, I have been told that I am somebody. My family, my community, my church community. And all my life I've heard, somebody should do something. I am one of many somebodies. And being a part of that community doing social justice works makes me feel like I'm a part of something larger.
1993, the draconian policies of the Ralph Klein government fostered despair in my heart, head, and soul. I joined a study tour to Guatemala, where slash and burn policies were everywhere. Yet, in offering solidarity, I found hope among all the groups with whom we met, who offered selfless generosity to all of us. I came home determined to speak, advocate, walk, and raise money to support our relationships and partnerships. I had experienced gender-based abuse and injustice in my university, my church, and while teaching school. How could I not respond to others' situations? For many years, I worked with adult ESL learners and with adult literacy students. I learned so much from these communities. My involvement has also given me courage when friends and I initiated a neighborhood exercise program, a process that took longer than I care to remember. And all this has enriched my life. Many women in these communities might otherwise have felt very isolated. As I learned in Guatemala, building community can lead to empowerment, hope, and joy.
I just see a need and do something. Like, don't just get on with it. And it just became a habit of recalling somebody or making sure I say hi to them.
I feel like there's something really special about participating and volunteering with like-minded people because the connection feels more genuine and it doesn't feel forced. In this life, everyone really is just looking for connection. This church is just the perfect place to do it.
Deb asked me to say a little something about this piece. I don't know what to say. With gratitude for the way you are so generous with your time to allow me to take study leaves every now and then to write music for things like this. I'm grateful for that, and I was inspired. There's nothing there's nothing particularly profound about the lyrics in this piece of music. It is simply an acknowledgement that we are not anywhere without what has come before. And we build on what we find, and we make it better, and we make it more significant, and we begin to own it ourselves. So thank you, choir, for learning this piece of music, and thank you all.
The trick today is, hello, my name's Deb Mooney, and my pronouns are she and her. And this piece that Chris has written has a section that really invites us all to sing along. So I believe there'll be some words up here, and I will wave at you when it's time to start. Thank you.
Building
I want to invite Sandra and Gail to come forward here, please. They're in there. Do we have video? Then invite them to come here, please. The best laid plans, of course. Captain Murphy, or whoever he or she is at strong work this morning because cameras and technology can work up until the moment you need them. So whereas we were going to come to you live from the library, we're going to come to you live from right in front of you. So I'm pleased to welcome Sandra and Gail here to participate in this little act of dedication that we've got this morning. And we'll work our way through this time together to honor something very special to the history of this community. On a day when we honor the 100-year legacy and ongoing work of social justice within the United Church, and the 58-year history of the Southminster Steinhauer community in all of its forms, we are privileged to take this time to dedicate our library space in honor of Mary Thomas. Sandra Lockhart and Gail Simonson are here with me for this dedication. They're going to share with you the text of the framed plaque that will and is hanging in this space. Sandra and Gail.
Welcome to the Mary Thomas Library. In honor of the Reverend Mary Thomas, the first full-time minister at Southminster United Church, 1974 to 1984, and the first female minister to be called to an Edmonton United Church of Canada congregation. Mary's leadership set a path of honest reflection and questioning of the status quo. In writing programs of study, she challenged participants to consider the Bible and their faith differently. Basic Christian Beliefs was published in 1983, an exploration of contemporary biblical understanding in 1997. Her vision was to see everyone engage in 5-week study programs offered quarterly, believing that in this process of learning and sharing, growth happened.
Mary provided leadership to the members of the Women's Tuesday Connection study group and did so with a collaborative attitude. She challenged members to explore their own faith in greater depth and encouraged others to consider developing their own leadership roles. Mary's enthusiasm to share loving community more widely led to the creation of a second gathering in the Steinhauer neighborhood of Edmonton. This gathering was formalized in the birth of Steinhauer United Church, later to be merged into the one Southminster Steiner United Church congregation, and now known by many as SSUC.
Mary was passionate about involvement in areas of social justice and notably led educational opportunities to help Southminster understand and welcome persons of all sexual orientations. She began the groundwork for what culminated in the congregation's affirming stance in 1999 and its ongoing passion and commitment to inclusion and affirmation of all people. Mary's philosophy of ministry was to build strong leadership, lay leadership, to speak out against injustice, and to live faithfully as a caring community. For many, Mary was a mentor, catalyst, and friend. Her inclusive, cutting-edge theology was both challenging and healing. She was a leader who truly made a difference in the lives of so many, and in the development of values that are still central to the work of this community.
So today we are dedicating the library in honor of the Reverend Mary Thomas, visionary teacher, courageous leader, beloved companion on the journey of faith, learning, and justice. Whenever we enter the lounge, the library space, may it be a place where questions are welcomed, where learning is shared, where minds are opened, and where the spirit of inquiry kindled by Mary continues to inspire. May those who gather there find courage to challenge injustice, wisdom to deepen understanding, and the motivation to build transformative community. Well, it was going to be very dramatic, and Gail and Sandra were going to unveil the sign that said Mary Thomas Library, but there is a very poor picture taken at 10:01 this morning in a frantic hurry. So apologies for that. But please go in the library, in the lounge, and read the poster that Gail and Sandra just read from, see the sign, and celebrate that way. As our last word on the subject, in naming this space, we honor not only Mary's legacy, but the living values she helped shape: curiosity, inclusion, courage, and community. May this library always be a place of exploration, learning, transformation, and love. Thank you both. Thank you both. I'm scared I might forget, so let's just do it right now. Almost, every musician in the room in our ensembles is playing on this stage right now. Can we offer another thank you to them for their... Two pieces of wisdom for today. I'll read the first one. It comes from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 58, verses 6 to 8. This is the kind of spiritual practice to aim for: to loose the bonds of injustice, to free the oppressed and end exploitation, cancel debts, to share your food with the hungry and invite the poor into your house, to put clothes on the shivering ill-clad and be available to your own families. Then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and you shall experience healing like a spring. These are the words of a prophetic community of the 8th century BCE. May we find wisdom for our living.
Chris, this is an incredible poem that you have included today. I read it a couple of times, and I don't know if I can get through without crying. It's so powerful, so powerful. So thank you for this. To Be of Use by Marge Piercy. The people I love best jump into work head first, without dallying in the shadows, and swim off with sure strokes, almost out of sight. They seem to become natives of that element, the black, sleek heads of seals bouncing like half-submerged balls. I love people who harness themselves, an ox to a heavy cart, who pull like water buffalo with massive patience, who strain in the mud and muck to move things forward, who do what has to be done again and again. I want to be with people who submerge in the task, who go into the fields to harvest and work in a row and pass the bags along, who are not parlor generals and field deserters, but move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire be put out. The work of the world is common as mud, botched. It smears the hands, crumbles to dust. But the thing's worth doing well done. But the thing worth doing well done has a shape that satisfies, clean and evident. Greek amphoras for wine or oil, Hopi vases that held corn, are put in museums, but you know they were made to be used. The pitcher cries for water to carry, and a person for work that is real. In this poem from an American progressive activist, feminist, and writer, may we find wisdom for our living.
A hopefully brief thought from me this morning. The United Church was forged in the fires of social justice. In 1919, the Winnipeg General Strike was in full swing. Fed up with grinding poverty, 30,000 people, factory workers, transit workers, postal workers, even police officers, firefighters, had paralyzed the city for 6 weeks, demanding fair wages and the right to organize. Fueled by throngs of disillusioned citizens, the grassroots uprising spawned progressives and united clergy and teachers and doctors and labor activists, co-op organizers, and others across the Western world. Churches embraced a heightened sense of mission, seeking a government response to profit-first capitalism. People rallied for unemployment insurance, old age pensions, universal health care, and other measures. And this growing synergy between faith and social activism paved the path for one of the most ambitious ecumenical projects in Canadian history, the creation of the United Church of Canada. If we think that speaking up for labor injustice, just as a completely random example, if we think that the politics of economics, fair treatment, fair policies, inclusion, isn't part of our spirituality, is not part of our faith history, it's actually woven into it from the very beginning. So we're not out of line in the least to call injustice injustice, to call it out on Sunday mornings and also on Saturday afternoons on the steps of a legislature or parliament or city hall or wherever. We draw on the call from our tradition's texts, like one we heard today. This is the kind of spiritual practice to aim for, to loose the bonds of injustice, free the oppressed, end exploitation, cancel debts, clothe the ill-clad, be available to each other. My little thing is freaking out, so I don't know why that is. But think of all the ways this has happened nationally and locally right here. The work of housing the houseless affordably, lobbying for women's suffrage, ensuring safety to Indigenous women entering the big city, addressing the needs of inner-city seniors, ensuring a woman's right to choose, inclusion and affirmation of the LGBTQ+ community, the economic and physical security of Palestinian farmers, supporting and sponsoring refugees and newcomers to Canada. We could go on and list all of the amazing good work that we've been a part of, or that our church has been a part of over 100 years. As Carol Ellen described her motivation for being involved in this area of church life for so long, it's summed up like this: if there's a need, let's just get on with it and see how we can meet it. That's our legacy. But if I might, I also want to share a lesson or two out of this long history. If we need to learn anything, it's how to sustain the commitment and do it in a healthy way. And so you've heard me talk about this before, that we have to be about two things at the same time. Number one, it's about ourselves. We're seeing ourselves in a constant state of becoming, working at being the best people we can. Without deep work on ourselves, how will we avoid recreating our own internalized oppression or our own traumas or our own and others' mistakes in all that we do? A huge part of the spiritual life is about connecting to ourselves, learning about ourselves, to be concerned with our own sense of wellness and to connect with what is sacred within us, to honor our sense of oneness within and with all, and be inspired to strengthen that at all times, to always be working on that. And then number two, it's about others. We all want to do good. We want to make a difference and leave this world better than we found it. To be justice seekers, we all have this innate desire to be the kind of people about whom Marge Piercy speaks about, the people who will jump into work head first without dallying in the shadows, the people who will swim off with sure strokes almost out of sight, the people who will strain in the mud and the muck to move things forward, who do what has to be done again and again. The work of justice is recognizing that standing and working alongside others is how our spirituality moves outside of ourselves. To do what has to be done, even in small ways, is to be curious about the needs of others and to try to help and to know where that comes from within us. So put these two things together. We take the lesson that in order to do good, we have to be well, and in order to be well, we have to do good. Please let's not try to do one without the other. We will either burn ourselves out, or we will become rampaging justice seekers with no grounding and no sense of self and no purpose. So we'll continue this legacy that's witnessed to us by the many who have worked and lived this sense of purpose, maybe for 100 years, maybe for longer, maybe for 5, maybe as we're just meeting them now. And we'll do so with the balance that we know is necessary, that we can only be as effective as we are healthy. Deep reflection mixed with purposeful action. It's better, isn't it, to do this together, and to have one giant expanding umbrella to keep us together, to keep us supported, to keep us moving in positive directions, helping each other act and reflect and then act again. We do more together than apart. I think that's the point. And we can celebrate that whether it's 100 years or a week and a half. And we're grateful for the years of witness to that and the countless more in front of us. We will be well, and we will do amazingly good work. Friends, happy anniversary, and may it be so.
Check, check.
There's a brand new morning, rising clear and sweet and free. There's a new day dawning that belongs to you and me. Yes, a new world's coming, the one we've had visions of, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love.
There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend. There's a new world coming. This one's coming to an end.
Let's strengthen our intentions as we share in these words with one another. We delight in the opportunities of an anniversary, the ways we remember backward in order to dream forward, celebrating all that is good and all who have come before us, lamenting and repairing the harms of the past and present, letting go what's no longer needed, and finding new ways into the future. May the legacy of justice seeking be an inspiration to continue the work before us. Let's embody connection to each other and the world in all we do, daring to seek justice, living and working with love and compassion at our center. May our lives and our commitments build upon the blessings of all those who've come before us and inspired the way.
I don't believe we can sing this without standing. So if able, please do. Ready, willing, and able, or one of those three.
Go
changing the light. When we leave this place, we hope that the power of shared community and the wisdom we've shared will go with us. As we change the light, we know that we have also been changed. May the light that shines, or sometimes shimmers, often glows, rises, illuminates within us, be the strength and courage we need to bring that light to the world.